it kind of feels like. It's just like we're kind of starting over again a little.
Yeah, sure.
But for the most part, it's going okay, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it is I don't know. Parents be cray.
All right, I'm gonna mute everyone.
Okay.
And we're gonna start. So if you wanna start, if you're using the music list I gave you.
Oh yeah, shit.
You can start it. Wait, what was I gonna do? Participants. You all. Okay. All right. You ready? Good? Okay, you go. Okay, we're going to begin lying down on the mat. All right, so lying down, can you hear me? Yes? Okay, everyone should be lying down on the mat. Go ahead and lay down flat. Okay, so with just close your eyes. You're lying on the mat, just flat in your Shavasana right now. Just letting your shoulders melt onto the mat. Noticing your inhales slowly coming through your nose. And noticing what you need. Do you need to lengthen your inhale or lengthen your exhale? Continue to lie and surrender to this moment of stillness, finding the present moment with your breath, just connecting. Keeping those eyes closed, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your hips. Now I want you to take a long inhale through your nose and reach your arms up to the sky and then over your head. And let your hands and your arms lie straight above your head on the ground. And then grab hold of your right wrist and gently pull it for a side bend towards your left side. Finding those inhales and exhales, lengthening as you inhale and exhale. And then coming through the middle, really reach your fingertips long, and then grab hold of your left wrist and pull it to the other side. Finding the inhales longer, bringing in the cleansing breath. Just focusing on the breath, feeling the stretch in the side body. And then coming through the center again, lengthening your arms really, really long, pointing your toes. Now take a big inhale, and then exhale through your mouth, hug your knees in. We're going to do that again. So inhale, everything goes long, really long. Exhale through your mouth, grab a hold of your knees. And stay right here. Find your Ujjayi breath. And just rock on your spine from side to side. Your Ujjayi breath is your nasal breath in and out through your nose. Soften that middle place between your eyebrows, keeping your eyes closed. And just find that gentle movement on your spine. And then hugging those knees in still. We're going to rock, drawing in our abs. We're going to rock maybe 1 or 2 times and meet up in a cat-cow position, so tabletop. So finding your little rocks on your back and then coming up into your tabletop position. So relaxing Relaxing your neck for a moment, just rolling it up and down one direction, noticing how that feels. I feel a lot of tightness in the back of my neck. We hold a lot of tension in our neck, and we hold a lot in our shoulders. Maybe massage them later or ask somebody to do that for you. So just find a shift of your hips. Shift to the left into child's pose and then to the right. And then we'll come to the right, to the center, and then back to the left, and then coming back to that tabletop, gripping those fingers down. Inhale, looking up. We'll find this naturally for you. Exhale, rounding your spine. Doing this on your own breath. Inhaling, bending those elbows, looking up, and then exhaling, really rounding, spreading those shoulder blades. Inhale, a couple more, just like this, looking up, bending your elbows so you can find a deeper reach or deeper heart open. Exhale, round it out, looking down. And then coming to neutral and just holding it steady. Perhaps a shift from side to side through that child's pose one more time. And then coming back to the other side. And then hold it in child's pose. So reach your arms really long, engage your triceps and really reach. So you're right here, breathing in and out through your nose, your third eye is on the mat. Reach your arms really, really long on the mat, gripping those fingertips down. We're gonna slide our heart through into an up dog from here. So we're gonna slide from child's pose all the way to an up dog position. Breathe, inhale and exhale. So my legs are off the ground, my fingers are planted, rooted down in the tops of my feet. And then I'm going to place my knees down. We're going to do this a couple times. Going into child's pose, exhaling, and then we'll slide through. Inhale, coming up to your upward facing dog. Draw your shoulders away, open your heart up, look up, and breathe. Finding the strength of everything in that front body, especially those abs. Exhale, child's pose, send those hips back, closing your eyes, you know where we're going. And then coming longer through your inhale, reaching that heart up, drawing those shoulders away, upward facing dog. Stay right here. Breathe. And then coming down, slowly bringing your heart all the way to the mat. And then inhale, lifting up. Keeping those legs on the mat now. Just finding this movement, drawing those shoulders away. Exhaling, coming down. Finding that strength in those arms, hugging those triceps right by the ribs. Inhaling, coming up. Exhale, going down. Inhale, coming all the way up. Coming to your knees now, all the way to your knees. And then rolling those toes under. And find that first downward facing dog. Pedaling it out, shifting those hips. And then how can you take your heels and push them down towards the mat without shortening your stance? So you're trying to get your heels close to the mat. Just breathe. And now I want you to come to your tippy toes. And then like you're going into a plank, but I want you to keep your spine, your back rounded, not a full plank, a rounded, kind of like a cat-cow right here. And now lift your head and come into your strong plank. Engage your eyes. Good. Holding it steady right here. Breathe in. And then exhale, going back to that downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Now, when I taught you that rounding, that's to help you when we lift our leg up and shift into that runner's lunge in one big step. So let's do that one more time. So come to your tippy toes, round out the back, spreading your shoulders away still, spreading the shoulder blades away. And now lift your head up, keeping your booty down a little bit more. Lift your head up, come into that plank. And then very slowly, we'll go down like a chaturanga. So we'll draw our heart forward and we'll go down like a push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then roll over your feet, coming to downward facing dog. Stay right here. We'll pick up our right leg to the sky. And on the exhale, we're going to bring it down, coming into a crescent lunge. So really big step in between those hands. Now, before we go all the way up, let's first take lightning bolt. So lift those arms straight out in front of you, really long. Breathe. And then exhale, sweep them down by the mat to a grounded airplane. Finding that focus. Inhale, reaching all the way up, come all the way up, crescent lunge. Good. Looking up, finding that strength. Exhale, forward folding down to that grounded airplane. Inhale, lifting up. One more, just like that. Exhale, folding down, grounded airplane. Breathe. And then coming with those hands down to the mat. Frame your foot, coming to plank pose. Hold it in plank pose. Place your knees on the ground. Lift your feet up. And let's find 5 modified push-ups. You can stay on your toes. You find your way. Draw in the core. Feel the engagement of the arms. Hug into your ribs. Last one. All the way back up to the top. You can take your vinyasa. So going down, heart comes forward and up. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift it. Take what you need right here. Finding that breath. Maybe you need a long, slow exhale through your mouth. And we'll take our second side. So taking that left leg, lifting it halfway. And then looking at those hands, taking that big step, ready for that lightning bolt, reaching those arms straight out in front of you. Draw your shoulders away from your face. Strong pose right here. And now we'll take it behind for grounded airplane, shifting those hands back behind you. Inhale, coming all the way up in front, and then reaching up. Crescent warrior, stay right here. Lengthen your stance. Maybe put your heel down a little bit more towards the back leg. And then we'll exhale, forward, down to grounded. Inhale, finding some movement, lifting up. And then exhale, all the way back to grounded. And then those hands will come down on the mat, placing it right by that foot. Coming into that plank pose. Now staying right here. This time we'll take our one leg at a time. We'll step it out to the side and back in. Out to the side, back in. Taking that strong core and just lifting those legs a few more times. Taking it out and back in. And then holding steady. Can we widen our stance? And take a couple shoulder taps now. Finding just some strength. Keeping those hips right parallel to the mat. Trying not to move and rotate too much. And then when you're all done, let's come down knees first. Then chest. And then come into just a baby cobra and relax your shoulders. Breathe. And then pushing up onto the knees through that tabletop. Maybe taking a little child's pose, hip shift, one direction and the other direction. Finding just a little movement. And then rooting those fingertips down, coming onto the toes, lifting those hips up. Finding your movement in downward dog that you need. So here we go. Second flow now. Let's pick up our right leg. We've got our core touches, our knee touches. So we're gonna lift our right leg. Let's cross connect first. So we'll take our right, shifting our weight over our wrists. Take it to the left elbow. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale, take that knee to nose. Inhale, lifting it high to the sky. And we'll take it to the right side as we move and shift our body weight, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, lifting it up, all the way up. And we're going to warrior two stand. So exhaling, big step. Take that heel, that back heel, take it down to the ground. Rooting on the edge of the foot, expand those arms and breathe. Close your eyes, soften your shoulders, soften your face, and just stay right here in the strong warrior. Good. Now I want you to rotate your hands so the palms are facing the sky. And now we're going to straighten the front leg and we're going to come up and we'll look up at our hands. And then we'll exhale, rotate your hands, come to the warrior. Inhale, bring your hands, straighten your front leg. Exhale, coming back to the warrior pose. One more time, bring it all the way up, straighten, lengthen, lift up. Exhale, coming all the way back. Warrior two. Now take this front hand, reverse your warrior. So peaceful warrior, paint the sky, tipping back, looking up at that hand. Draw the shoulder away. Maybe open your heart a little bit more. Breathing. And we're going to go to a dragonfly twist now. So a revolved crescent too is called. So go with your right hand all the way down, bringing that left on the inside of the foot. The right hand will come up towards the ceiling. We'll do that again so we make sure we rotate on our foot as well. So inhale, we're going to go back to peaceful warrior. It's kind of a big move. To peaceful warrior, front knee stays bent. Exhale, revolve, dragonfly twist, right to the sky, cartwheeling your hands. Left hand goes to that mat. You do okay? Yeah. One more time. Here we go. Revolve, or go back to your peaceful warrior. And then shifting all the way back down, dragonfly twist. Stay right here in your dragonfly twist. Breathe. And then bring that right hand that's high to the sky. Let's thread it under. So under that right knee, thread it down under. Inhale, lifting up, looking up. Exhale, threading it under. Inhale, lifting it up. And take your right hand, putting it down onto the mat. Shift your right foot back. Take your vinyasa or meet us back in your downward facing dog. So for your vinyasa, coming up a little bit more closer to that top of the mat, going down halfway, heart comes through. Feet are engaged on the mat and hands, and then rolling over those toes. Downward facing dog, pedal it out. We'll take our second side, so our left side. Getting ready for our knee taps first, drawing in that core energy, that strength and that power, lifting your left leg up. And then we'll cross connect. So that knee, that left, goes to the left, goes to the right elbow. Holding it, hovering. Inhale, lengthen it up. Exhaling, coming through the nose to the nose. Inhaling, lengthening it up. Exhaling, coming to the same side, that left side, holding it, feeling the core, feeling the obliques. Inhale, lengthening it up. And then a big exhale as you step it in between those hands, opening it up for that strong warrior pose. Yes. Draw your shoulders away. Breathe. Close your eyes. And then take your hands, turn your palms towards the sky, straighten that front leg, inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, bending that front knee. Inhaling, lifting it up. Exhaling, bending one more time. Inhaling, bringing it straight with the leg, looking up. And then exhaling, finding warrior two. Really lengthen those arms. Drawing in the back edge of that foot is rooted down. Breathe. And then exhale, taking an inhale now. Paint the sky, find your peaceful warrior. Rotating, feeling it in the side body. Breathing. We're going to take that big move again, going to that dragonfly twist. So we'll cartwheel our arms down. We'll exhale. Bring that right hand in between that foot, and that front foot. And lift that left to the sky. Dragonfly twist. And then we'll cartwheel again, anchor down that back heel, coming back, reverse your warrior. Be that front leg bent. And then find the breath, exhaling, Coming down, placing that right hand down, lifting up that hand, looking up. One more time, find this movement, reaching all the way up, painting the sky, reversing, and then exhaling, coming all the way down, dragonfly, rotating on that back foot, looking up, breathing. Holding that arm up, knowing we're gonna thread the needle again. So bringing that arm down, looking at that hand as it goes under that leg. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale, let it go back down. Inhale, lift it up. One more time. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, lengthening it up. And then placing that hand down, followed by the foot going down. Take it a moment to your child's pose. Shift your hips, rest your forehead, and just take a moment to breathe. Maybe we'll take a big inhale through our nose. Open up your mouth. Let it go. Let it go. Let your arms relax on the mat. I love being outside. I'm on the porch. It's so nice to hear all the nature sounds. Coming up to downward facing dog when you're ready. We'll find our third flow now. So we'll take a moment in our downward dog to just reset. Notice how we feel, how our breath is. Taking our right leg, we're coming to a warrior one stance. So our right leg we'll start with, we'll step it up just right behind the right wrist, okay? And then we'll anchor down the left, and you know we need our hips square to me, so our hips are front facing, and it's like we're standing on two train tracks, so it feels a lot different than warrior two, with your hips forward. So we'll inhale, we'll raise up for our warrior one stance. Now we're gonna root down on that front foot because we're gonna exhale and go to a warrior three. So that right grounded leg is gonna support us as we lift up just a little bit. We're gonna do this a couple times and find more length as we do it. So exhale, come back to warrior one. Breathing. Take an inhale, and then exhale, find your warrior three. Really lengthen, maybe lift a little higher. Let it go down again. We're gonna do this one more time. Looking up, inhale, exhale, warrior three, lifting it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Straightening that leg a little bit. Find it right here. Lengthen those arms like I'm grabbing onto them. Holding you steady. And then bring your hands all the way to the ground. Can you do this? Let your head hang heavy and find your standing splits. So make your hips parallel to the mat now. And breathe. And then we'll curtsy tap, look up at me. And then we'll find a revolved move. So left hand can go on a blocker right in front of that right foot. Lifting that back leg, that left leg, then opening the right arm towards the ceiling, opening the heart up. Maybe you can look at your right hand up towards the sky as you revolve your move. And you're breathing. And then we're gently gonna let that back floating leg, that left toe come to the mat. Very softly. Keeping that arm up. Now take that right knee and bring it to the side of the mat. So walk the right leg all the way so it gives you a modified plank. Well, not modified, but a supported plank where your leg is in front. So we lift our hips a little bit higher. We keep our foot right here, or maybe we stack and we lift our hips and we have our side plank. Maybe you lift. Maybe you can even find a hold. Find your way. I usually can't do that, so wow. And then coming all the way back down, take your vinyasa if you want, or meet us in downward facing dog. So if you're taking your vinyasa, come down halfway, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Right here, upside down. So good for your brain. And your body, and your soul. Taking your left leg this time. We're gonna come to that warrior one stance. So that left can lift a little bit, and we're gonna plant it right by that left wrist. We'll anchor down the right heel, make sure our hips are nice and parallel. And then we'll breathe and big inhale, lift up, soften your shoulders, reach up. Close your eyes, soften. And then knowing we're going to that strong warrior three, you don't have to lift your leg a lot. You can just lift a little bit. So on the exhale, we lift a little. Maybe it's just a tiny bit. And then we're setting it down, finding those strong, good lines of energy and that spine to be supporting you. Don't take your form away to balance higher. Just lift a little bit. Exhale and take it up again. Warrior three. Maybe it goes a little bit higher, maybe not. Expand the arms longer and the leg a little longer. It doesn't matter how high. And then let it go down. And then one more time for that warrior three. Arms reach way out. We find a little bit more support with that front leg, doing all that work for us, balancing us. Finding that point of focus, knowing the next place we're going is standing split. So our arms will come down. We loosen up our neck. We square our hips to the mat. We relax our shoulders and our jaw, and we soften and breathe. Feeling this upside down change, this shift can feel awkward, but it feels so good after we get in this habit. And then we curtsy and lift our head up for that blood flow to shift. Knowing we're going to revolve to the next. So you can always have a block or something, a pillow. Taking the right hand in front of the left. Lifting that right back leg. Opening up the left arm toward the sky. Revolving your moon. Maybe you can look up. Breathe. Whew. And then very, very gently, we land the back floating leg. Soft, soft, soft. Keeping that arm up, turning to that side plank, coming on the blade of the foot. That knee is out in front of us. We lift our hips a little higher, our arms up. Perhaps we stack up. Whew. Noticing one side's always harder, right? Maybe you lift that leg. Maybe you try to grab a hold. However you're doing it, just find the strength in the long lines of energy. Always put your knee down. And then bring your arm down, your hand down, and come to a moment of rest in child's pose. Shift your hips. And notice what you need right here. A second to sit on the mat with your head there. All right, we're going to go through one more series together with the yoga flow. And we'll make it a little bit faster. We held a lot of things today. So here we go. Coming up to your knees. Find that downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And we're going to come to warrior one to start. So right leg comes to warrior one. Lift your hips or your arms up towards the sky. Square your hips. And then change your stance to warrior two. So walk your feet in. Notice your heel and arch alignment, warrior two. Peaceful warrior, so paint the sky right here. Tipping it back, looking back. And then we're going to cartwheel our arms all the way down. Bringing our hands to the mat, lifting that back leg, coming to the standing splits. Now we're gonna curtsy tap, and we're gonna lift up to a half moon. So our left leg is gonna rotate, bring that left hand on that hip, open the hip, dorsiflex the foot, then lift the right or the left arm up towards the sky. Maybe you're using a pillow or a block to help you with your arm, supported right arm. Maybe you're looking up. And then softly bring your left hand down to the mat, followed by that left leg. And come all the way back to that plank. Take your vinyasa. So going down, chaturanga, shoot your heart up towards the sky. Take a breath. And then exhale, come over those toes. Stay right here, pedaling it out. And then we're gonna take our second side. So we'll take our left leg, we'll lift it up just a little bit, and we'll find our warrior one. So bringing that left foot up, anchoring the heel down, hips are straight, reaching up, taking your breath. Inhale and exhale, come to your warrior two stance. Noticing your heel and arch alignment, shoulders away. Make sure you see that big toe. Inhale, paint the sky. Left arm goes towards the sky. Breathing. And then we're going to take that big move towards the mat. Cartwheel your hands down. Rotate on that ball of the foot. Lift that back right leg up for standing splits. You know where we're going. Half moon is next. So we'll take that curtsy, tap. We'll take that left hand in front of that left supported foot, lifting that right hip. And then we take our foot, we dorsiflex it. Our right hand is reaching towards the sky. And maybe we can invite our face to look up towards that hand, opening up that twist a little bit more. Breathing, supporting yourself. Half moon. And then looking down at the mat. It's okay if I fall and you fall too. Placing that hand down. And then that leg comes down softly as it brings the left leg to meet the right. And then we shift a little bit here, right here in plank. Just moving your body. Perhaps we can take our right hip down, finding that twist, and then our left hip down, and find that as well. And then bringing those knees down just to walk towards the hands and find that seat and meet me in a boat pose. So if you have something, maybe a pillow or a block for more resistance, you can put it in between your knees. You don't need anything. So if you want something, you can put it in between your knees. And we can find the straight legs, we can find the arms up, or we can have our hands here. But we can just close our eyes and breathe and stay right here. We're gonna go down to a canoe. So we've done this before. We'll just hover over the mat as we lengthen, and then we come back to boat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back to boat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, coming to boat. Good job. Exhaling, or inhaling, lengthen. Last one, coming to boat. Stay right here. Hold this right here. Feeling it's maybe a little bit stronger. Breathing. And then gently, gently, very, very slowly, all the way down. Woo, and letting your head go to the mat. Now we're going to cross our right leg over our left. Maybe you can find eagle, so really cross them under that calf too. I can't really do that very comfortably, so I'm just crossing my right over my left. And we're going to come to our bridge pose and do a few taps. So we'll lift up our hips, and then we'll exhale, coming down, light tap. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, tapping down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, down, all the way down. And from here, we'll take a twist. So We'll collapse to our left side. Our right knee is on top. We turn our head to the right, and we can pull on our knee a little bit more and find a twist with your eyes closed right here. Breathing. And then coming up through the middle, uncross the right leg, the right foot, and let's cross the left side this time, finding that cross of your legs, and we'll lift up for our bridge lift. So inhaling, lifting, exhaling, nice soft tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, coming down. Inhaling, lifting up. And just hold it for a moment, and then exhale, coming down, all the way down, and take that twist, shifting towards the right side, finding a little push and shifting your head towards your left shoulder, giving yourself that spinal twist, breathing, relaxing into this, noticing any tight spots, maybe a massage, maybe longer breaths towards that area, thinking about that space and breathing into it. And then coming back through the middle and bringing those knees down. This time we'll come into a regular bridge. So lifting both of those hips up, maybe coming onto your toes and putting those shoulders underneath your heart, clasping your hands together, and really lifting, squeezing your glutes, keeping your chin right to your chest so you don't compromise any breathing. And just feel the strength as you lift into a bridge. Now you could take this to full wheel, which is a back bend if you want. So if you do that, you just come and you push up just as you were a kid. Don't do it if you haven't done it in a while, but you can practice on the wall sometime. And you can lift up and play with that sometime if you feel like it. It's kind of fun. You can use pillows under your head and just get upside down doing that back bend. So shifting your knees when you're done in that windshield wiper, shift one knee and then the other knee. And bringing your feet up and find your happy baby, rocking from side to side, closing your eyes. Maybe lengthening your leg one knee at a time. And then eventually letting one knee go to the mat and your foot all the way to the end of the mat, and then let the other leg fall to the other side of the mat. And then open up your arms really big, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your mind, being still here in Shavasana. Taking a breath, inhaling and exhaling. Just surrendering to what is, to the new way of being right now. Acknowledging what you need. Shavasana. And so gently moving your fingers and your feet a little bit. We'll come to your favorite side, perhaps your right side, and gently pushing up to a seated position, trying to keep your eyes closed as we find our sit bones, letting our knees rest towards the mat, and bringing your forearms right on your knees, perhaps putting your thumb and your middle finger together, letting your shoulders soften. Taking a big inhale again through your nose. And then letting the energy go out of your mouth. And bring your arms all the way up towards the sky. Bringing your hands together in that prayer position. And then taking them all the way down. Underneath your chin. Taking the time to honor yourself for showing up on Zoom, for showing up on your mat, stretching your body, giving yourself a little bit more energy and calm for the rest of your evening. Continue to find this practice on your own as you can, and find that deep rest. Namaste. So I do have one more thing I will share. So let me bring it. I am reading this book, and it's really good. It's called Untamed. And I was looking for some things that are resonating with my life and how this Groundhog's Day over and over has been happening and what's shifting, and each day it feels a little bit different in a way, but kind of the same energy moves throughout my day. So I read this and it really impacted me, so I thought I would share. It's important to take a good look at yourself every once in a while. I mean, you need to look dead into your eyes at your real self. You need to make sure there are no lies there. You need to make sure, you need to make sure the eyes in the mirror are the eyes of a woman or a man you respect. I asked myself, is the decision to continue abandoning yourself or myself really what your children need from you? So that sometimes I think that I scroll through my phone, or I do things to abandon some of those harder feelings that I have that will come up. So the busyness allows me to kind of abandon some of the loneliness that I can feel sometimes. So to tune into that, I also was listening to her. She does a morning Facebook share, and she talked about these things called easy buttons. And we can remember that with the Staples commercial. And it was like an easy button, and it zoomed you into a new life, and things were all better. And in our lives, we also have easy buttons, and we can tap into them through, I know my kids do it, through scrolling on their phones, and I do that too. We tap into it through alcohol. We tap into it through shopping. Everyone has different ways of tapping into their easy button to kind of get rid of some of the feelings that come up, and they can surface. And it can happen more right now, and it's kind of going on. And the more things I look into and hear about, people are having more anxiety. And when one person in the family has anxiety, it is the whole family kind of can collapse into that anxiety. And we don't know what's going to happen on the other side. Things are going to be a lot harder, and we think about the future and we think about the past, but right here is what we have now. And what is this time for us? Is it to hit the easy button and to, do those things? I know I like to sit on the couch and eat carbs to numb sometimes. And all of us do those different things. We all have some things for the easy button. So my challenge for you is to think about what it is that your easy buttons are. What do you try to go to not think about certain things And then what is it you could do instead when those things start to come up? Those things of, okay, I don't like this feeling. I'm going to go get some more wine, or I'm going to go get my ice cream and I'm just going to watch this movie. And I'm not saying it's bad to do that. You know, you can do that sometimes, but it just becomes more of a habit when we're in these times, sometimes of isolation. So my challenge to you, and this was also her challenge, was to make a list. And so I made a list. So you have your easy button and you have your reset. So what is it? If you get those triggers, you can look at and say, okay, no, I'm going to go do downward dog for 5 breaths. I'm going to go run or walk my dog. I'm going to do something with my kids that will give me more meaning. I'm just going to go get a drink of water. Maybe you have a pond you can just go fishing in, or you can look at, you can get in nature, look at a tree, you can dig in the garden, whatever. And you find ways to make sure that you're resetting yourself and your life. And when you get those times of loneliness, which we all do, try to sit with it and be with it. And not do those things that might be the easy button things. So that is my challenge for you on this time that we're in and we're living, and when we're sitting in the quiet of our own minds and what comes up. And on the other side, when we do acknowledge and we don't abandon some of those feelings, on the other side, it becomes true self-trust and it becomes peace and joy. So that's my tidbit for you today. And I'm also doing this Ayurveda class that I'm really excited about. And if you don't know what Ayurveda is, it's one of the oldest holistic healing systems. And it's based on the belief that health and wellness depend on the balance of your body, your mind, and your spirit. So it really takes a look at the whole person. So it's a very deep study. So I encourage you to take a look. I sent an email. So if you want to join me, it'll be my first time. I've been studying it and learning about it through the yoga practice. And I just think it could be a really cool journey for us to do together. So I really thank you guys for being here. And many of you have showed up every time. And if this time is great for you, I'm great doing it. If you'd like a different time, I'd be happy to adapt a different time as well. So peace to you guys. I hope I made sense, and I hope I all came out right, but it's weird talking to a device. Let me unmute you guys, and you can probably unmute yourself. Hold on.
Namaste.
Namaste. Okay, you did unmute yourself.
Hey, Michelle, look.
Oh yeah, did you make that? Does that match my robe?
Uh-huh.
That's my robe. Put this above my computer. So today,
6 by 9 inch rectangle. That's all you need to know.
I have the material. I have it all ready. And
2 different layers, so you know which is the contaminated side.
well, good. Have you worn it out?
Well, we're supposed to. California is mandatory when you go out, but today it was weird. I went to the post